Hi, guys. Welcome back to Let Me Yap a Little with your host, Jessica Woods. As y'all have come to learn, I am all about sharing my own life experiences, unfiltered advice, and viewpoints on many different things, but in hopes that someone out there that's listening can relate in any way, shape, or form that benefits them and what they're going through, or someone that's out there listening that is looking for a different mindset or viewpoint on a specific topic. And through that, I am wanting to get more deeper with you all and dive into the topics that are constantly being talked about, that have so much discourse around it. But also, I feel like sometimes people are afraid to express like their true feelings in regards to it, with the fear of any, I don't know, pushback, backlash. And I just want to be that voice for those that are unable to just say how they feel at the moment, or just doesn't know how to put it into words at times. I know that's definitely me. I'll be thinking about something and I'm like, how do I relay this message where it's as clear as possible and is what I truly intended to sound and be like? I just don't want any confusion amongst it. I'm a work in progress when it comes to that, but I'm hoping that through this new series that I've decided to start, that we can work on it together and we can just be there and just yap about what we feel truly. And so with this series I have decided to start is called The Seasons Here, Near, and Far. And you're probably wondering, Jessica, okay, tell me more, elaborate. Let me know what you're talking about, girl, and I will. So, with this series, I really want to dive into this ever growing thing that we call life. And through that, we'll be looking at where we are in the present, what we're currently going through, what we're currently experiencing, what life has thrown at us at this moment, the good, the bad, the ugly, as well as looking at what's near, whether it's involved in our communities, things that are closely approaching within that, things that are closely approaching in relationships, just things that are nearly approaching that could be developing fears, hopes, plans, just all that. And then we're also going to be looking at the things that are far, things that are nowhere near where we are in life at the moment, but at some point could be closely approaching. Hopefully, through these conversations we have, discussing different topics that relate to either somewhere you're currently at right now, something that is closely approaching, or something that is far away. I hope we're just able to understand a little bit more of both the seen and unseen things within ourselves, as well as developing a greater patience and purpose and grace when we move throughout these different seasons of our life. And so I want to start it off by discussing a season that I'm currently living in, as well as I know many people within my circle, and I know probably you out there could be experiencing this right now. And that is singleness and living alone. We are going to discuss the art of singleness and living alone. I've always made this joke that, which is honestly just the truth in a way, at least how I view it is, the world is not built for single people. The root of human existence comes from companionship. None of us will be here without another person. And that is how I know God intended it to be. But you also go through little moments in life when you're like, oh yeah, this would be so much easier if I had someone else. But also, I want us to understand you can be fine being single. If you're in your single era right now, listen to me. It is 110% okay. You're fine. Do you. What is meant for you will be, and it will all come in the right time. But for now, focus on yourself. I feel like singleness is looked at way too often as such a negative thing. It has such a negative connotation when it comes to it. When someone hears that you're single, especially when you're at like a certain area or age in your life, they're like, oh my gosh, like, you gotta find me someone. Like, this can't be. How? Like, how are you living life just single and not being worried or phased about it? I would be so concerned. I don't know how I would live or function without my partner. Like, thank God I have my husband or boyfriend, and it's like, okay, but I'm fine. I'm really fine. Of course, you're dating and you're experiencing all these different relationships, but if you're not tied down to someone, that is fine. That is completely okay. Should be viewed more positively than it is, I feel like, currently in our society. Singleness is not a punishment or should be looked at as such a burden or something that you just want to end immediately. Singleness to me is preparation for what's to come in the future. You are preparing who you are as a person right now. You're seeing and going through things that you as an individual may need to work on. And that is probably why you're not ready to be in a relationship or in another relationship, because you need to work on yourself, as well as being single is leading you to see what you want in a partner. When you're single, you're dating, you're doing all these things, you're meeting new people, and you start to realize, like, oh, yeah, maybe that's not what I want. Or, yeah, I thought this was my type, but it's definitely not. Like, I'm looking for this or that. And through that, it comes with trial and error. When it comes to finding your person, is not a linear thing whatsoever. And if it is, it's rare. I know there's some people that have been with their significant other for like 10 plus years and they could have met in high school. And that's amazing. That is honestly the dream for a lot of people, but it's honestly just luck. That was what was intended for you. That you meeting your person that way was intended for you, and just having a successful relationship, that is your story. But for other people, it's not like that. You go through different relationships, all the ebbs and flows of it, and you have areas where you're with someone and you're sharing this world with them, but then it abruptly ends out of nowhere. And then you're single for like 5 years or so, but then you're back to dating again and giving people more chance, having a more open mindset, but then that doesn't work out and you fall into different situationships and stuff like that. Or you're someone that literally was single for so long that it's been a struggle for you to just get out into the dating scene and navigate a world that has been viewed as just intimidating in many ways, shapes, or forms. And that's okay too. We all have our different ways of navigating that area of life and finding our person. But I feel like the worst thing anyone that isn't single to do is just question it when someone else is not in this crazy, healthy, beautiful relationship. Because at the end of the day, we're all navigating this life differently. And that could be someone that you're looking at that you probably don't even know, could have been in a loving relationship for 10 plus years, and then their partner is just no longer here. So it's a weird way to look at building relationships and finding them, but it's a beautiful thing at the end of the day. I really want us to just understand that when you are navigating this single life, it should be something that is liberating in so many ways. So, as we go through and navigate an era of singleness, I want us to experience it in a positive way, in a positive light. I don't want us to move throughout this era with insecurities, because there's nothing to be insecure about whatsoever. Just know that, like I said, this is preparation for what's to come for you. And during this time as well, I just want you to know that everything will come at the right time and there's no need to rush it because soon you might find yourself in another relationship and that ends up being your person, and everything that you have gone through you'll be like, wow, that was meant to happen. I'm so glad I experienced this because now I can be present and be an addition to this person's life. I'm not subtracting and taking away anything who they are. I am living life with them and they're living life with me, and we're both additions to each other's lives. And with that, it comes with time, honestly. You could be one of the lucky ones right now, just have found your person already, and that's great. But you could be someone that has still never met the one, and that is completely fine too. But it all comes with time. And with singleness, you also have areas where you might be living alone through that as well. Whether you're single or not, living alone is such a crazy thing. And in some ways, they do go hand in hand, especially if you're experiencing both at the same time. And those two things coexisting, honestly, so interesting to say the least. But you also just find yourself in a whole different world when you are living alone. I always say, especially when you're in your 20s, if you have the means to live alone, do it. I know it requires a lot of planning in some cases. So of course, like, save up, do what you have to do it when you're in that right time in your life to do so. But it's something that I feel like so many people should experience if they can, because you really learn who you are as a person because you're creating a home for yourself. You're creating your own space, your own environment without anyone's input, interruptions whatsoever. Is yours and you are living through it, you're navigating it on your own. Living alone truly brings about a new found of independence. And for me, I thought I was very independent, but I quickly realized how I wasn't as independent as I thought I was when I started living alone, because you're so used to having people around you, and honestly it's a convenience in many ways. Like, if you are like needing something or like having to get something or needing help figure out something, you have someone right there living with you that can assist you. But when you're living on your own, you really have to plan for everything. You have to plan for the littlest things, from just figuring out what you want to eat for dinner to just navigating many different things when it comes to paying bills. Like, people just, I feel like society doesn't prepare us enough of what it is like adulting, especially when you're living on your own. And it's really just trial and error. You really learn, like, okay, this is how I save, this is how I like build a savings for myself. This is how I can be productive throughout my day, be more efficient, because there's no one else there that's going to be coming home and helping me do all the other things I got to get done. Or and this goes for anyone, like, whether you're single or not, living alone is just a different experience. You're experiencing on your own, and it's truly a blessing to experience it, because through that, you start to learn what makes a home for you. Um, Granted, I'm a firm believer in home is where your people are, because I personally couldn't be living alone if I wasn't near my family and friends. And I give kudos to people that will literally move across the country, move across the world even, and start a whole new life on your own. Because honestly, that is just so inspirational, to have no one near you and you just decide to just start a life on your own. I personally don't know what I would do without my support systems. And as I've been living alone, I've learned to just really take it in, because there will be a time where I cannot be selfish with my time. I am able to come home, do what I want to do. I'm able to leave when I want to leave. I'm not answering to anyone. And there will be a time where my time is not my time anymore. My time will become shared time. I will eventually have a husband and have a family, and my time will also be shared with them. And I'm not able to just go out and do what I want to do and come home at any hour of the night. I have to prioritize them as well. And with me not having that right now, it's important for me to enjoy this era of living alone because I'm able to see what I want for my future. And I also, in many ways, I feel like I won't have any regrets because I'm a person that truly needs their own space at times, which is why when I had the ability to, I was all for like living on my own and being fine, like no longer experiencing having a roommate, not like living with my family. Like I was all for it simply because it's important to just be able to be comfortable with yourself, to be able to sit in a room and just be able to be content in living in your own peace and silence at that same time is very important to have. Because in the past, before, and this is like, of course, growing up, and like even when I like moved out, went to college, I still had people around me. I had my roommates, and then I would go back home. I would still have my family and I would be with them. I was always living with someone. You do become codependent. When it came to like just spending a day and doing things I like to do, I always felt like I needed someone there with me. It was like I felt a sense of emptiness. Like I need someone in my presence with me to experience what I'm experiencing. And with me living alone, I have grown in so many ways where I no longer am dependent on someone being there with me when I'm going out and doing things. I can pick up new hobbies on my own. I can put myself out there on my own. And I'm not dependent on having a friend or my siblings, a parent, or anyone there with me to experience it. And it's important to do those things on your own. It's important to find who you are without anyone helping you through it because you would really be surprised about how many other people are also going through the same thing and are wanting to just build new life experiences but do it on their own in a way that's so organic as well. And it's truly a beautiful thing when you look at it. And it's something that I just don't want to take for granted and just cherish it because I know soon that time will no longer be here. And I just don't want to have any regrets in how I navigated this time period of my life. And for anyone else out there that's also living alone, I hope you're taking it in. You're not rushing it. You're enjoying it. Honestly, I know it comes with the good and bad. You could be stressed out and be like, what the heck did I get myself into? How am I doing this right now? And you could also just feel so liberated and be like, oh my gosh, I'm finally doing it. And that is great. That's amazing. And just, you got this. It's a great thing to experience. And guys, I just hope that where we are right now, whether this is something you're currently experiencing in your season of life, I hope through this conversation you have seen it in a new light and can take something away from it. Well, guys, as usual, it was so nice chatting with you all. If y'all have made it this far into the video, please give it a like. Follow me on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts. Subscribe on YouTube. It really helps. And leave a comment. Let me know what y'all are thinking and what y'all are experiencing at the moment and how y'all have been navigating it. I would love to hear y'all side of things as well. So yeah, guys, as usual, it was so nice chatting with you all, and I'll see y'all again for another Yap Sesh. Bye, guys.